Hello guys, so today we are going to start working with unit 14. This unit is called Creative Careers, and in here we are going to learn how to describe steps in a process and how to discuss jobs in entertainment and the media. So basically in here we are going to be talking about different kind of careers. We have a milestone here in cinematography, in contemporary cinematography, and then we have two grammars. So the first grammar is this one, the one that we have for today, the passive to describe process. So basically this is the first thing that we have here, describe steps in a process, and in here we are going to use the passive to describe those steps in the process. So basically we have already seen what is the passive voice. In here we have that we use the verb to be, so is, are, plus the past participle of the verb. So a screenplay is chosen. Instead of saying you choose a screenplay, you say that the screenplay is chosen. Many drawings are presented. So as you can see, we're using is, are, plus the past participle of the verb. Then we also have models to describe process using the passive. So we have models plus the verb be plus past participle. So we have the characters have, this is my model, to be, have to, I'm sorry, this is my model, and then be, past participle drawn, just right. The characters have to be drawn just right. Remember that drawn is the past participle of draw, like drawing, flowers, and all that. So the drawings might, this is my model, the drawings might be, that's of course the verb be, change. So that's my past participle, 10 times. The drawings might be changed 10 times. So in here, as you can see, we have model, have, might, have to, and might. We have be, and the past participle drawn and changed. So the models have to and need to must agree with the subject. Other models, like may be, have only one form. Must agree with the subject. This means that each character needs to be drawn by the animators. As you can see, we are changing have to or need to depending on whether we have a third person singular or not. Remember, she, he, it has to, or it, or she, he, it needs to. Then I have to, you have to, and so on. So basically you have to change have to and need to depending on the subject that you have. But then other models like may be have only one form. For example, might. As you can see in here, we are using the characters in plural, have to, have, but then in here we have character in singular, so each character has to, so you have to change it. For might or may be, we leave it as it is. So this is something that we have seen before, the active voice. Remember that we use the active and the passive voice. In this case, we're using the passive voice. So we have the architect designs the building. But when you are using the passive voice, the receiver, which is the building, goes first. So the building, then we use the verb to be plus past participle. The building is designed by the architect. And that one you can delete it or not, because it's obvious that the building is designed by an architect. For example, in here we have the doer, you, cook, that's my verb, the beans, that's the receiver. So who's the doer? You, because you are the one cooking. Who's the receiver? The beans, because they are the one being cooked. So that's active voice. You cook the beans, active voice. So in here for the passive voice, we change the receiver. So the beans are cooked, verb to be plus past participle. The beans are cooked. That's my passive voice. So you can say the beans are cooked or the beans are cooked by you or by me, that's okay. So to emphasize the importance of an action in a process, we use a modal verb. So we use the receiver, again the beans, we have you cook the beans, so we have the receiver, the beans. Then we can use a modal, the beans must be cooked. So in here we are using a modal to emphasize the action. So in here we have a passive voice with a modal, we have the receiver, then we have the modal, and then we have the verb be plus the past participle. The beans must be cooked, need to be cooked, have to be cooked, have got to be cooked, should be cooked, or may be cooked. So in here we have a degree. So from here to here is a good idea. You use this one depending on whether it's a good idea or it's mandatory. So must, it means that it's completely mandatory, and then may is just a suggestion. So as you can see, how to make gallo pinto, for example. The beans need to be cooked, the rice has to be made, the onion and pepper have got, or you can say the onion and pepper must be cut and cooked. The beans and rice must be mixed with the vegetables. Lizano sauce should be cooked or should be added, for example. But this is basically what we have in here. We have the passive voice using the verb to be is are plus past participle, and using modals, modal plus be plus past participle to describe process. Now we're gonna work with this. I'm gonna assign you this. So this is basically it for today's grammar, guys. So see you in the next class. Bye-bye.